Hello, happy Mental Health Awareness Week. It's day one, and welcome to day one of 5 unprepared talks that I'll be doing this week about mental health. I'll be talking for 5 minutes non-stop with no preparation having been done. Hello to people who have joined so far. This has stemmed from the moment this morning where I actually was getting very stressed because I hadn't prepared anything for Mental Health Week. For those of you who don't know, I've had a baby in the last few months, and a lot in my life has changed, meaning I struggle to find the time to come up with hilarious and brilliant content for social media such as this. So I'm just going to come on here raw and try and talk about mental health, my mental health, positives, negatives, for 5 minutes every day this week to celebrate Mental Health Awareness Week. Mental Health Awareness Week. How have you become more aware of your mental health? Have you? I hope you have. There's a lot going on across the internet and across the world this week about mental health, so make sure you have a look and use Google and other search engines are available. So yes, as I said, I had a very good start to the day. However, I then got very stressed because it was Mental Health Awareness Week and I hadn't prepped anything. I think there was a big element about us being so prepared all the time. We want things to be perfect. I have a tendency to have struggles with perfection at times, to the point where I don't put in enough effort and it backfires the other way. Now, of course, perfectionism is something that is ingrained by maybe society, maybe the need to get money, the need to win, competitiveness, all of which are good traits in short periods of time. But it does mean that sometimes we are very unkind to ourselves and beat ourselves up a lot. I do this a lot to myself. My anxiety gets the better of me quite a lot, and I'm often self-deprecating. I have moments where I don't like myself. I talk myself down. I call myself stupid, ugly, fat, all of these things based on arguably and probably what society thinks I should be doing, or what I think society thinks I should be doing, and how I should be acting. So yeah, it got to me this morning. The day itself has been a lot better. My depression and anxiety has actually been quite well at bay in the last couple of weeks. And so that's through no mean feat. It's not easy to do. Something I talk a lot about and something I'm massively huge encouraging of is the mental health funnel. So kind of your stress funnel. Now, whether you've got a mental illness diagnosed or not, we all struggle sometimes with our mental health. We all have mental health. It's the phrase we use, right? We do all have it. It's like our physical health, and it goes up and down, left and right, corner to corner, north to south, east to west. And we should be aware of that. Now, something that we can all do, regardless of whether you've got a diagnosis or not, is managing our stress containers, our stress funnel. So imagine a funnel in a triangle, like a triangle shape, and you've got lots of liquids going in there. Now, all those different bits of liquids or balls are things that can cause you stress. Now, theoretically, things by themselves shouldn't cause you stress, don't cause you stress, and that's okay. But the more they mount up, the more it can cause stress. It can cause you to act irrationally, to not be yourself, to turn inwards on yourself. And I've done that many times where I have decided to make up excuses, miss work, miss social things, say I'm ill, say something's happened, but all I actually want to do or do is curl up in a ball on the sofa, have a little cry and watch something to make me smile, like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, or what else do I watch? Always Sunny in Philadelphia, or Archer, or Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which has recently finished. Highly recommend. And that's usually a case of our stress container overflowing. And it's something, I think, an analogy that's used quite a lot. It's used in training. I've delivered training using that analogy. But it's really important. I think it's a really good way of trying to help people understand why they may be acting and behaving in an irrational way, or a way that they don't feel comfortable being. I recently talked to my parents about it because they get stressed quite easily. It's where I get a lot of it from, I think. And I kind of talked to them about that actually the reason they get stressed so quickly and react so quickly is because they've let their stress container overflow, often full of crap that doesn't need to go in the stress container actually as well, I should add. So how do you empty the stress container or keep it at a good level? That's what the self-care and things like that are about. So trying to balance that out by doing things that you enjoy, that you find fun, that makes you laugh, makes you cry in a positive way, because it's okay to cry, and generally helps you exert your emotions and your feelings in different ways. So this can be, we all know what all these different self-care things are. And I'll be doing a chat. I do want to talk more about self-care later this week in one of the sessions, because I've got a podcast coming out, particularly on a study on self-care with young people. And I met with the publisher of that a few months ago now, and part 2 is coming out with that as well. But because self-care can get too much sometimes. But anyway, so it's about doing these little things. You've got to celebrate the little things, whether that's getting up 10 minutes early to do a bit of meditation, to have a go on a punch bag, to do some 10 minutes yoga. All these little things do help. And alongside maybe a bit of compassion, which does take practice to do. I've been trying to be brilliant at it for years. But I don't think I'll ever be brilliant at it. I'll never be perfect at it. As I said earlier, perfectionism is not really a thing. But it's something that together with your self-care and awareness can be really good. So what I'd like to encourage you to do, at least for day 1, it's well over 5 minutes. Who knew I could talk without thinking about it for so long? If you know me well, you probably knew I could. So this particular one's been about the stress container, looking after yourselves, about Mental Health Week, Awareness Week this week. So yeah, there are lots of good events coming on. I'm going to have to call a shout out to Youth Mental Health, the charity that I founded, because we're going to be doing some videos this week as well as many other amazing charities like Mental Health Europe. I've got a lot of events on this week, and one of our members is going to be doing a live Instagram feed with them later this week, as well as other brilliant charities. Search Mental Health Awareness Week as the hashtag, you'll find it all. So I'll call it a day there for day 1. Unprepared Talks over. Thank you very much for joining me. A particular shout out to Elsa Arnold and Inclusive Europe, who have been here. Obviously, this will pop up on my reels now, so you can always share it with people afterwards as well. But thank you very much, and have a lovely rest of your evening. I'll see you tomorrow.